Hello guys, this is episode 8. So what we did have before, like we prepared this form, but let's make it this post works so we can actually put the data to database. And so in this episode, let's clean the project a little bit. So we don't need this task. We're gonna use the form to insert the task. We don't need to ping. We don't need this stuff either. So I'm going to remove this too. We're going to use the file server for sure. We remove to, okay, we need this part, right? And this can go. And this can also go. And in controller, we're going to pass the task service. And let's go to controller. This is user, but we need the task one. Do we have the? No, let's define one. Task. Go. Struct. Task. So we need the task service. It's gonna be task service. And what we need here is func new task. And this is going to return the task. And let's return the address. And of course, we need the task service. And we pass it here. And yeah, let's do something like handle or generic name task. And we need all this stuff as well here, right? Response writer. We need the request as well. Yeah. I would say we need, so this is for creating, I'm thinking. So maybe let's call it as create, because we might need others as well, right? So let's close this. And here, task. Controllers, new task. And I'm going to put the task service here, not here. And let's define here something. So here add task. Task controller and create. Cool. And let's come here and let's go to form actually. So we have the static files, add user. So we need something similar here. Or should we continue with user? Yeah, let's go with user for now. We will need a user anyways. So I'm going to define a post here. And the form will be action add user. That was correct. So we're gonna push to form data, and in controller you're already parsing the form, but if the request method is HTTP post, then we're gonna get the data, right? Username, email, and password. Username, start with this one, and you're gonna get the form value. And it's username. And what else do we have? Email and password. Add user HTML. HTML. Let's change this stuff. Let's keep it for now. So I'm gonna have email and password. Email and password. The thing is, we have to validate this data, and I need the user service here. User SVC and user seems like we don't have the that's the thing. So we need to create users and service struct service, and this has to have the repository, which is also not created. Let's create it, repository, and this is going to be interface repository, and it's going to have like save, for example, user model user and model user and error. And we need to repository implementation as well. This is going to be struct, and we are going to use the DB, right? Func new repository. This is going to return the implementation, and we have to pass the SQL as well, and func we got to do save repository, and this is, since this is for users, correct, so we're going to return user, an error. All right, so the query insert into users, and in database, what do we have? So, we only have username. Okay. Username values. We have to put more stuff to there, but let's keep on going for now. Returning ID, and this is gonna query, and we also need the user here, and we're gonna use this username, correct, and we're gonna pass user ID, and if there's any error, then return nil and error. Return user, otherwise nil. That looks good. And so we can use the, we gotta go here again, and let's define new service. And this is gonna return service, and this has to have the repository, right? And this has to return service as well. And service, let's use a crate, and crate gonna have the user, and this will return user and error as well. Save user. So let's use this one finally. User service, and this is our controller, right? So we have to have new user here as well. And this have the user service, and it's going to return controller user, return user. Now we will be able to validate and create user, stuff like that, like calling user service. But for now, keep it here, and I will see you in the next one.